In the June 2017 edition of What's New Massachusetts, hop on the commuter rail and revisit North Shore's Salem, Massachusetts. The Witch City is undergoing a magical transformation of sorts thanks to new businesses popping up over the past few years, like Wicked Good Books on Essex Street. Looking for the spooktacular good time Salem is known for? Kick off the Halloween season early with the Salem Horror Fest, a month-long creep show organized by Kevin Letourneau. What's new, Massachusetts? Here are your co-hosts Sam Baltrusis and Sharon Filion.
Welcome to the June edition of What's New, Massachusetts. My name is Sam Baltrusis. I'm an author and journalist. Joining me is my lovely co-host Sharon Filion.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, Sharon.
How are you?
So we just got back from Salem.
We sure did. It was great. And, Salem is known, traditionally for the Salem witch trials of 1692, but there's so much more. It's really changing.
Yeah, well, what happened in 1692 really has left a psychic imprint on the location. I talk a lot about it. I've written a book called Ghosts of Salem, and I have given tours there for years. But I feel like there's a sort of a changing face of Salem. I think that there are new restaurants, new things to do. They recognize the past, the dark past, but have embraced it and sort of are moving toward the future.
They are, and as we've discussed, one of the most wonderful things that they're doing, they're really embracing the LGBT community. A very, very wonderful thing that Kim Driscoll, the mayor of Salem, is really at the forefront of. And the one thing I noticed about Salem was that it's a tremendously peaceful town. It's nice, it's quiet. You can just walk around, have fun, enjoy the restaurants. It's really changing.
Well, speaking of the LGBT community, there's the North Shore Pride that happens in Salem, and it's going on for a few years. And they didn't have a Pride celebration, and that's something that's happened since Kim Driscoll's taken office. And we're going to talk to someone later, Kevin, who is a big leader when it comes to the LGBT community in Salem, and he's launching this amazing horror fest coming up in September, October.
It's amazing, and for me, being African American, I really think that the LGBT effort, it parallels with the civil rights movement, so I'm very, very for all of that.
And what I also love about Salem is there are new restaurants. There's the Ledger restaurant happening on Washington Street, right around the corner of Wicked Good Books. And there's a new beautiful boutique hotel that's opening up as well. It's called Hotel Salem.
Yeah, and there are so many shops as you're walking down, sort of like it was Essex Street. There are shops everywhere, boutiques, books, clothing. There's even a CVS. Anything you want is right there, and it's a walking town. And we were talking to the owner of Wicked Good Books. You can walk everywhere. It's right there, and it's just a nice town to go and visit with the family.
I think Salem is just much more than a witch town.
Absolutely.
And before there was just witch shops and all that. There's so much more now to it, and there's a lot of history, a lot of restaurants, a lot of things to do. That's beyond 1692. So we are going to go to one of my favorite places in Salem, Wicked Good Books.
Let's check it out. This is Sharon Filion for What's New Massachusetts. Here we are at Wicked Good Books, a bookstore located in the Witch City of Salem, Massachusetts. We're about to speak to the co-owner, Miss Denise Kent, in just a moment. Here we are now with Miss Denise Kent, one of the owners of Wicked Good Books, located here in Salem, Massachusetts. Miss Kent, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for being here.
Now, this is a wonderful location. Even coming here, you're looking up and down Essex Street. There are so many wonderful people enjoying the sun. What demographic does your bookstore cater to?
Well, we have our fantastic locals. Salem has a really great local downtown neighborhood. A lot of people live and work and play here. And we also serve a lot of visitors. We have a lot of tourists that come to Salem for its history. So it's really two kind of very different demographics.
It's time for Boston's History in a Minute. I'm Brooke, and today I'm at a really important site in this city's history. It's the site of the Boston Massacre. Around 9 o'clock at night on March 5th, 1770, a crowd of between 60 and 200 men gathered in front of the then Customs House on King Street, which is in this area behind me. That crowd began threatening the lone soldier guarding the Customs House, so 8 soldiers came to his aid. The crowd was then throwing objects at those soldiers, including rocks and snowballs. And they were taunting the soldiers to fire their muskets. One of the objects thrown hit one of the shoulders of a British soldier, and in hitting him in the shoulder, his gun discharged into the crowd. When he fired his gun, the other soldiers also fired into the crowd. At the end of the shooting, 3 men lay dead, and 2 died later of their wounds. This became known by rebels as the Boston Massacre, although that was a bit of a propaganda effort. The British simply referred to this event as the riot on King Street. See you soon for more of Boston's past.
Welcome back to What's New Massachusetts. That was a great show, Sharon.
It was. Oh my gosh, Brooke had so much information.
What did you learn?
Well, I learned that Crispus Attucks wasn't as glamorous a figure as I thought. Growing up, I was taught that Crispus Attucks was the first African American to die in the American Revolution. But Brooks sort of brought reality into play and explained to me his role in the Boston Massacre, which was not so glamorous, unfortunately.
Well, the Boston Massacre was a major propaganda tool used by the rebels, and I think that it worked, obviously.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
So it's summer in Boston. Any plans for the summer?
I'm just working a lot, but we're going to keep on with What's New Massachusetts, learning and meeting more people and bringing it to our viewership, which is increasing.
It really is. We're spreading throughout the entire state of Massachusetts. In fact, we've grown to other states as well. So people are wanting to learn about Massachusetts through our show.
Indeed, and I've had people stop me on the street. I don't know about you. They're saying, "Hey, I saw you on the show," and I'm like, "Yes, that's me." But I'm so glad that we can reach out to our viewers and share new experiences with them.
I was actually really, because I was in Haverhill yesterday taping a show, and someone asked for my autograph.
Oh, that's so exciting! Sam was so excited. How did you feel?
I felt like a star. I felt important.
You look like one, Sam. You look like a star.
Thank you. And what's also cool, we're going to focus on, I'm opening a bookstore, and it's called Beaumarket Books. It's going to be in Somerville's Union Square. Yes. And I'm hoping that Brooke will be able to speak at that bookstore.
Oh, that'll be wonderful. And Union Square is a wonderful central location, very easy to get to. It's a great spot.
So I think we're going to focus What's New Massachusetts in the upcoming edition on Union Square and Beaumarket Books and Beaumarket specifically.
That sounds great. Sounds like a good deal.
So have a great month, everybody. Happy summer and happy 4th of July from the crew from What's New Massachusetts. Have a great month.
Bye.